Debs, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Nice spring weather we've got going on here.
Well, it's like why we love living in California, right?
And in Milpitas, particularly.
Exactly.
Folks, be sure to watch us on Channel 26, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. So we're on 5 days a week.
Yeah, set your DVRs, check us out. I'm glad you joined us.
Yes.
We have a great guest who's come to be with us today to share, I think, some information our audience will find of interest to them. Everybody's interested in living longer and healthier, exactly. And so our guest today is Tara Marple, and she's a nutrition coach. Her business is Vital Spirit Wellness, and she's got a couple of interesting programs that she has that I think folks would benefit from knowing about.
Terrific.
So welcome, Tara.
Thank you.
Welcome, Tara. Well, let's begin. Why don't you tell the audience, start with yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background, yourself, where you grew up, and maybe.
I grew up pretty far from here on the East Coast in a small town called Liberty in Maine. And I grew up in a very small town, so we farmed a lot, and we ate very fresh foods. Yeah.
So, but somehow you got here to the West Coast, and I know a little bit about some of your background. You've had some interesting adventures in your background. You've not always been a nutritionist. You've had some other experiences as well in terms of.
So I spent some time traveling, and I've also gone to several different colleges and have about 8 years cumulative of training. So I have. Yes, this is probably my third career, but they all have been intertwined in, when I was about 18, I read a book about vitamins and minerals. I remember being very enthralled with it, and didn't really realize that was a very strange thing for someone that age to be interested in until later. But I've always been the one that ate a little bit different, and then I started in art and photography. And so I do a lot of food photography now. And then I did that for several years, and then I went into graphic design and web design, but decided I didn't want to sit at a desk. And so I went straight to massage therapy school. So I learned anatomy, physiology in Utah, and rehabilitative massage.
Nice.
And then did that for 12 years and started offering more comprehensive wellness programs and advice.
Right. And as we've talked before, really that experience that you had through the massage therapy and other things you're doing really led to a more integrated sort of look at people's health. And that's led you then into the field of nutrition.
Right. So I went to a school in New York City for about a year to learn how to coach people past their obstacles when it comes to food decisions. So a lot of it is we don't have much willpower as humans. So
I can attest to that.
So I think that's the important part. We can give a food plan all we want, but I think that it's hard to, when you get down to it, to follow something exactly when your body's not saying that that's what's right for you at the moment. So we talk a lot about career and relationship satisfaction and how that has to do with the decisions you make daily.
So your company was born out of that whole process, is what happened. Okay. So what are some specific areas that you focus on with your clients?
Well, I mean, I focus a lot on in gyms. So I focus a lot on what to eat before and after your exercise sessions. I do a lot of fitness motivation and teaching people how to live longer, but not only because, we don't really think about 20 years down the road. We want to actually live better. So the word longevity has a lot to do with how long we live, but in my practice,
of the life.
Yes, it's a lot about the quality of our life today. So,
how about this detox philosophy that's kind of thrown around a lot?
Yeah, detoxes and cleanses are pretty popular. For the last couple of years, and it wasn't my intention to design a program that was calorie restriction. It was more about how to clear some of the inflammation so that we could build muscle and energy from there. So it's a lot of detail into what kind of clean foods to eat, what foods are good for us to detox every day of our lives, what kind of foods that are naturally draw out the toxins. And so, and cleanses will basically, it's a short-term thing where we just kind of clean the dirt out, you know. But we really want to learn how to implement this in our daily food habits.
So you have a preference in one over the other, detox versus cleanse, in terms of kind of your philosophy and how you work with your folks?
They all have different uses.
Okay.
But the long-term calorie restriction cleanse without protein really worries me.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to because we need the amino acids in protein to be able to flush out the toxins. If we do like a quick cleanse, the toxins in our body absorb into our organs and our fat cells, and we want to actually be able to enable our kidneys and our liver to flush that out.
So how do you decide? But how you have a client? Is it trial and error, or do you test their body to know, or
how do I decide?
How do you decide
what they need?
What they need, yeah.
It's different levels. Some people have already done like a 3-day cleanse, and they're ready for the next level of health. And so I give them the 3-week program. And some have already done that. Once they do that a few times, then I move them on to a 4-week longevity course. And that's kind of it's an online classroom where I've always been very shy, but I've always wanted to be a teacher. So this has actually brought me out of my hiding. We teach it's a video classroom.
Okay.
And I do some lecture and some homework and some practices where I demonstrate and offer some advice on how to incorporate those in the daily life. A lot of recipes, and it's a lot of fun.
So this is an online longevity school that you have? So folks can access this?
Right.
So now, what all then is involved in that? I mean, they come online, they sign up, or how does that work?
Yeah, they can go to longevityschool.com.
Okay.
And find out the details and register, and then they're entered into the next group of people that are the classroom. And I also have a package where you can just do it on your own time.
Okay, so you can either do kind of a live video classroom, or you have kind of a self-paced program.
Right.
So either
Well,
of those.
that sounds like a terrific idea. We live in a fast-paced society.
Yeah.
We're in this high-tech world here, and a lot of people don't have time to either go into the gym or check into a class. They can do that online. That's
Or they don't have time to go take a course.
That's
you
terrific.
just log on and come in the room with us, the room, the virtual room with us, and you get to ask questions and see me demonstrate some different lifestyle things. So.
Wow, I love it. Sounds great.
Terrific. So you also work with folks outside of the online school and the detox programs that you do. What are some other ways you work with your clients?
I do some one-on-one coaching. Do monthly programs where they have access to me at all times. I get questions and messages on my text and through email, and I'm available for questions at all times. And we also meet one-on-one.
Good. Well, why would someone want to use a nutrition coach?
There's always a new level of health. And that's what I help my clients to discover, is that there is always the next level for them. And so once they've already done a bit of research, there's so much nutrition and marketing information out there, and a lot of it is contradicting, and it doesn't really match our cultural background or our lifestyle. So you want someone who knows you and who can give you the next step and then the next step for you to just keep getting more and more discovering who you are and what helps you be.
Tara, you mentioned you were 18 years old and you read a book about supplements, I think. Or
Vitamins.
Vitamins. So how do you integrate supplements and vitamins into what you're doing also?
I do a lot of food-based stuff. I mean, if someone is really short on, say, energy, I give them some food-based vitamin B recommendations. And then I have a vitamin shake that we do, but I don't do a lot of pills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you really focus on the diet and the intake that folks have on an ongoing
Yeah,
basis.
and you know, there's some foods that aren't in mainstream grocery stores that have less calories, more nutrients, so it's more
Okay.
nutrient dense.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know about those, so I help them integrate them into their salads and shakes and regular meals.
Good. So you help people really take some long-term sort of steps in terms of the foods and things that are best for them, as opposed to just going to the shelf and pulling off some pills.
Right.
And
Yeah, and then you
and
kind of
that
have
being a fix.
inside information, some
So
secrets.
I'm curious. I mean, my middle daughter is gone vegetarian. She's really watched her diet. Do you advocate that there are meats that you have incorporated with the diet, or do you use the vegetarian base, or am I not? Are you doing something that's totally different?
No, I meet them where they are. If she wants to be a vegetarian, I just have to make sure that she's getting enough protein and vitamins and minerals in her food. Yeah. That's kind of one of the worries, right? When you go vegan or vegetarian, there's like, what can I eat? You know,
Correct.
someone needs to know
Correct.
the kinds of foods that's not mainstream available.
So what I'm getting is you really personalize each and every diet and each and every client what their individual needs are and help them
and
with
their
that.
tastes and their
Right.
preferences probably too. So
Oh, terrific. Well, good. Well, you know, if someone's interested in more information, how can they get in touch with you?
You can go to my website.
All right.
I do have a weekly newsletter that I send out. It's very informative. And I have about 250 subscribers at this point.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go to vitalspiritwellness.com. Right on the home page, you can enter your email and get a piece of Vitality Pie. And you can also email me from there. And you know, I'm good. I offer 30-minute strategy sessions. So we can get together on Skype or on the phone and talk about what your goals are and maybe set some goals.
Wow, that's neat. How exciting. What you really fell into a great career. You look terrific. You're a figment of health, and you glow with vitality. So you definitely walk the walk. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we really appreciate you coming in, and you know, it's important to feel good and to live a long, healthy life. So you know, if you can help our fans, folks who are watching with that, we appreciate that and appreciate you coming in and sharing a little bit of what
Thank
you do.
you. I'm having fun. Let's keep going.
Bring it on.
Terrific.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Tara.
much.
Thank you.
We're the stronger than we look type, the braver than you think type, the type that knows the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type, the hopeful for a cure type, the type that will stop at nothing until type 1 becomes type none.
Through the years, trends and styles may come and go, but the important things remain the same. Generation after generation, consistently there, creating moments and memories to last a lifetime. Like a true friend, the national parks have always been there for you, and now you can be there for them. Support the National Park Foundation and help protect America's treasured places.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Valley Homes on TV. I'm Mark Giordano.
Todd Flesner here alongside you.
Loan broker. So the market's gone crazy again. There's an article, San Jose Mercury, just a couple days ago. Home prices hit a milestone. So the housing in Bay Area is selling at levels not seen before the Great Recession of 2007 to 2009. Median price, $833,000. That's in San Mateo County, so that's a little different than Santa Clara County.
But that is true. Overall home prices have rebounded to the levels that they were at their height, prior to the recessionary period, and in some instances, they've gone beyond that
Right.
level.
So let me ask you and talk to you about buyers that are coming in the loop. There's another article here that talked about saving habits in the housing market, and it says Americans are saving less than they were coming out of the recession, which puts them in a precarious spot when it comes to affording a home. Are you finding that with some of the buyers that you're working with, not having enough savings quite enough for the down payment?
Well, you know, everybody's different, and their circumstances are different. That is one of the challenges for folks getting into the housing market here in the Bay Area. You know, the amount of money you have to have when home prices are, you know, $800,000 or whatever for a down payment. Now, fortunately, we've had more lower down payment programs coming back into the market. So,
How do those work?
well, there are several different ways you can actually structure a lower down payment. FHA loans provide an option for that. You can use as little as 3.5% down with an FHA loan program. That'll get you a loan amount up to $625,500. You can use what we call a piggyback loan, where we have a first and second mortgage together, and we can do that with as little as 10% down, up to loan amounts of $750,000. So that gets you up around $8.25, $850 price point with 10% down.
And that will work, that pricing for Milpitas?
It will.
Terrific.
And then we also have I have a loan product as a mortgage insurance payment that's lender paid, that's tax advantaged, that I utilize as well. So,
And I just referred you a VA buyer.
Yes,
but
exactly.
You do VA financing.
I do VA financing, and the VA program actually will enable you to buy with zero down payment, up to 100% financing if you are qualified for the VA. So if you've served in the military and have been honorably discharged, or actually active service as well, you can potentially qualify for a VA loan. And here in the Bay Area, the VA eligibility level is up to $1 million.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that. That's nice.
So
That's a hidden secret.
it is. And so, you know, that's a viable alternative for folks that we might look at as well.
Okay, terrific. Well, you want to see some numbers?
Yeah, let's see
Okay.
how the market's doing.
See how the
here.
market's doing. Let's look at what April 2013 was doing for the single-family homes. It was at $686,000 for average price, and median price was $650,000. Now, there's been a small bump up, though. April 2014 shows only $695,000 for an average price and $655,000 for a median price. If you remember how those numbers with the multiple listing service are factored in, they'll take the high end, the low end, you know, and it can change dramatically. But over the course of about a year's time, I've seen about $50,000 to $100,000 increase in pricing, I'd say. So if folks were thinking about selling a year ago, add on minimum $50,000, if not close to $100,000 onto their profit base. So.
And are you still seeing multiple offers as the norm?
Yes, I've got a couple open houses this weekend, so I'll check those and we'll see where they're at in a condominium. But generally, yes, definitely multiple offers within the first 7-8 days. If you price the property according to market value, not some agents will underprice a property, draw in a lot of offers, but you're still going to get to the same place in terms of the price point in the market.
Right, and that's I'm experiencing that with buyers I'm working with as well. Is that it's a competitive situation, and so we'll take a look at the numbers, but we also might talk about some tips for folks to help ensure that they have a better chance to get into contract.
Okay, well, let's. What continues to amaze me is the condominium market. Even though we have a plethora of additional new building here in Milpitas, but these are resales. These are not brand new construction. This is resale. April 2013, for condo townhomes in Milpitas, we had an average price of $467,000, and that has now changed to $522,000 as of April 2014. And the change went from $440,000 median price to $521 median price within a year's time. So, again, affordability, I think, is the key word right there for and there's some nice condominiums that, even though you don't have a yard You have low maintenance. You have a homeowners association that takes care of all the surrounding area, the streets, the landscaping, the pool, whatever. So they pay, you pay for that. And the inside of the condominiums are very nice, almost like a single-family home. So.
Well, and there are different sort of lifestyles for different sort of folks. Some people don't want to have all the maintenance, and perhaps they travel, or they have work schedules that don't allow them, to be able to do
absolutely
the yard on a regular basis, or some of the other things that come with a single family home.
And I think with the younger generation, the Gen Y or whatever they call it, Gen X, but the 20 and 30-year-olds kind of like that lifestyle. They don't want to have the yard and have to maintain that. So
well, there are options for everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah, there is.
So and we talked about folks being able to get into properties and the competitive nature of things right now.
Well, of course, the key, Todd, first, and that's part of your business, is that pre-qualification process where they actually get pre-approved.
Exactly.
You've evaluated their FICO scores, their employment history, verified their down payment.
Exactly.
So they come ready to purchase almost as a cash buyer would purchase.
Exactly. And I take the step of actually having their loan package underwritten and pre-approved by an underwriter in advance, and we're able then to close as quickly as 15 days in some instances.
That is a deal breaker. That's a great asset for a buyer to have out there shopping too, to have that seller have a fast close.
Well, and it helps folks to be able to compete against those all-cash offers. And in some instances, it actually is preferred because they know that that buyer has been fully vetted and approved for financing, where sometimes, the cash might be a little bit mysterious until it actually shows up there.
Or it could be, foreign cash that's not been verified, actually.
Exactly. And so, some of my buyers have been very successful using that program.
Terrific. Well, and I know, and congratulations, I know you've changed offices recently.
I'm with Opus Mortgage Advisors now.
Yeah, great reputation. And
great firm, great rates, and access to a wide variety of different products that I'm able to help folks out with.
Speaking of rates, what are the rates at?
Well, we've seen actually rates dip here as we've come into the warmer months, which is a little bit of a surprise. As we were entering 2014, we were predicting that we would see rates increase, and we might be up around the 5% range,
right.
As we moved into the summer months and later. Well, there's some uncertainty in the world, Ukraine and Russia, and also looking at foreign markets and what foreign markets are able to offer for credit alternatives, like in Greece or Italy with their bonds are paying in comparison to what U.S. bonds are paying. And that's helped to keep interest rates low. So we're in the low fours right now, 4 1/8, 4 1/4
That's
for a
terrific.
conforming loan, conforming jumbo about 4 3/8 with no points. And again, that varies a little bit on a daily basis and dependent upon credit score and down payment. But the rates right now are as good as they've been all year long. So, even with prices coming up, it helps to keep things a little bit more affordable for folks.
Terrific. Well, thank you very much for that update on the lending end, and we'll get back with folks in 30 days from now and give you another market update for the month of May. And
yeah, it's been great, and
it's been good.
And enjoy folks tuning in to join us, keep track of what's happening.
Where
here in
can folks
Milpitas.
reach you if they have any questions?
Phone number is 408-921-0669, or it's T Flesner at opusadvisors.com. OPESADVIOSORS.
And you can send me an email if you have any questions about the show or anything you want to discuss at giordanodj@aol.com. So we will see you folks in a couple weeks. Thanks for watching Valley Homes on TV.